When baseball match became a battle royale. What?
1974, Cleveland, Ohio. And as discussed before on this channel, Cleveland at this point is a hub of investment and growth. Yes, their river has been catching fire regularly.
What? Why? Oh, sorry, what? Why would it be catching in fire?
Hub of investment and growth.
Oil?
Yes, their river has
Oil slick fire ruins flats. Oil, big oil fire, oil. Oh, damn.
been catching fire regularly, over 13 times by now.
Here we go again.
And yes, jobs are being lost en masse due to deindustrialization. But don't mind any of that. Cleveland's baseball team has big plans. See, beyond the horrific pollution and local economic depression, something even worse was happening. Cleveland's baseball sales were going down. That was it.
No! Not the baseball!
Something had to be done. The Cleveland Indians baseball organizers gather round. Gentlemen, sales have been in the gutter these last few seasons. We need more people coming through those doors. It's then that someone has a brilliant idea.
I'm gonna say it. Baseball is quite boring to watch. I'm sorry. But versus football and versus basketball or versus like a lot of other sports, I personally find baseball not that good to watch.
Here. A baseball game where alcoholic beverages are stupidly cheap.
It's probably fun as
a
to play
similar
though.
promotion before in 1971, and it had gone very smoothly. So naturally, this time would be buttery smooth again. Now the average price for a beer in 1974 is about 65 cents. That's equivalent to around $3.57 in 2020.
Wow. Is that good? Is that a good price for a beer?
22.
What a deal? $3.57 for a fucking drink? That sounds expensive.
This game's beer would cost
Hello?
equivalent to about 50 cents in 2022. Keep in mind that the cheapest tickets to the game were about $50 back then, and you've got a ticket and 5 beers for just $1. Not bad. But hold on, we can't let people go overboard. Right, how about we add a limit of 6 beers per purchase? Yep, that's good enough.
What? A limit? Why? Why would they? What?
It was genius. A baseball game where beers cost 10 cents.
Wait, it was genius?
What should we call it? Hold on, I think I've got it. It's perfect.
Oh, so they didn't actually make people care about baseball. They just made it really cheap to drink. And so people were there just to drink and watch baseball as like a background thing. Are we dead ass?
And with that, the planning of 10-cent beer night goes underway.
Oh my... Is that how
June
it
the 4th,
worked?
1974, Cleveland Baseball Stadium. After weeks of comprehensive planning, 10-cent beer night was ready to go.
Okay, here it is.
Cleveland
Does it work?
Indians and the Texas Rangers are in town and getting set to play each other later that evening. The beer trucks are coming in and loading up. So far, things are looking grand. There are also record numbers of people coming in. The average turnout for games last season had been a few thousand, but tonight, over 25,000 people had rocked up. That was over twice the amount they were expecting. Wow. The plan was worked perfectly. But there is a little other thing brewing. See, the Texas Rangers and the Cleveland Indians actually have a little bit of history. Just a week earlier, both teams had played each other down in Texas, and things got heated. The game had mostly been going smoothly. That was until both teams' benches emptied out for an all-out brawl mid-game. It didn't
Well, I'm pretty sure everybody's drunk as f***.
take long for fans to get involved, and Indians players are barraged by food and beer from Rangers fans on their way back to their benches. Cleveland's pitcher has to actually be physically restrained from climbing into the stands and fighting the fans. Also, at this point, Texas is being managed by a guy called Billy Martin.
What the f***?
Billy Martin. He drinks. A lot. Openly boasts about cheating to the teams he's playing against. And throughout his career was hired and fired from the New York Yankees about 5 separate times. One of those times for punching a marshmallow salesman in the face. He also fought his own best player in the benches during a game. and even broke
Guys, baseball cannot be this serious, bro. It cannot. There's no shot.
his pitcher's rib after having about 4 fights with him in a hotel. This was one night after almost having a fight with a groom celebrating his wedding night. It was fair to say, the man was no stranger to a fight. And this guy was the manager of the Texas Rangers for 10-cent beer night. It also turns out that he'd been—
Wait, is it like, yeah, I was gonna ask, is it like hockey where the fighting is the exciting part? Like you hope that some people are just gonna go out in a brawl? I thought it was like kind of chill.
having a jab at the Indians to the press, telling a reporter there wouldn't be enough fans at Cleveland Stadium to worry about. Cleveland's sports radio host spends the entire week amping up Cleveland's fans about it. Then there was the weekly paper's cartoon of the Indians mascot.
Oh, I see. To drive up sales, they just created drama. Classic.
Chief Wahoo, who's holding up boxing gloves, saying, "Be ready for anything," about their next game.
Oh my god.
And tonight was the night Cleveland and Texas would finally play again. The only difference? 10 times the fans and 10 cents a beer. All that combined with a local economy of laid-off factory workers, and 10-cent beer night's atmosphere was a bit uneasy. But nonetheless, the game begins.
I would be so scared to see that many people be drunk as in one area. Nah, I'm so fucking scared right now.
And players start batting. The Rangers take the lead early on after their Tom Greaves scores a home run in the second inning. An inning basically being a round of play. Now, unsurprisingly, the crowd at this point is already absolutely hammered, and things are beginning to degenerate.
Oh no.
Fast. After the home run, a middle-aged woman decides to run onto the field. Okay, not too crazy. Wait, hold on. Is she flashing the crowd?
Yeah!
My god. She also runs up to the head umpire and tries to kiss him. He says he's not in the kissing mood. She's eventually removed, and the game continues.
Holy
In the
fuck.
inning, Texas's Tom Greaves hits his second home run of the game, and fans celebrate. It's at this moment that a man sprints into the field and slides into second base. He's also naked. By the way, the ground around a base is made of an almost gravel-like material, so this probably hurts.
Ah!
Security tries to catch him, but he slips away into the crowd, never to be seen again. Inning 5. A man and his son run onto the field and moon the crowd.
I think I remember this. I think that there was a clip about this, or maybe I'm thinking about something else.
It's also around this point that a Cleveland batter hits a line drive straight into the Texas pitcher's stomach, sending him to the ground.
What just happened?
Cleveland fans in the upper stadium begin chanting, "Hit him again, hit him harder." The organisers are sat down, watching this unfold live. This is going swimmingly. However, it's at this point that someone bursts into the room. "Gentlemen,"
What the fuck is that sound in the background? The brrr, 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 brrr.
problem. The increasingly incredibly volatile and agitated crowd. "No. We can't serve these beers fast enough." See, early on, the demand for beer was so great that Cleveland staff couldn't actually haul the beers out of the trucks quick enough, resulting in very large, very angry queues. Hold on. What if we line the trucks behind the outfield fence and sell the beers
Oh my god!
straight from the back of the trucks? Genius. And beer trucks rock up to the fences and start pouring. Now back to the game. And the atmosphere is currently changing. See, it's 1974.
Guys, I thought the limit was 6 beers. Is it 6 beers per purchase or per person? Because like, how the do you even follow per person? So you can just come back and come back and come back, right?
And for some reason, in 1974, it's fairly common practice to bring firecrackers to games. And 10-cent beer night
Firecrackers? Oh my god, I love firecrackers.
was no exception. A ton of fans had bought them, and by God were they using them. And hundreds are set off in and around the stadium. This results in a ton of smoke.
Oh.
That, coupled with people in the crowd banging literal war drums, gives the game an atmosphere more akin to a battlefield than a baseball game. But alas, the game goes on. And back on the field, Texas's Mike Hargrove is being pelted with hot dogs and spit.
Bro.
He's also almost hit with a gallon jug of wine. Firecrackers are now...
I remember when I was watching the game of the CS game. Holy shit. Did you know that they don't allow you to get the actual can or the bottle of the drink? And I was like, what the why? And apparently it's to stop people from throwing drinks if ever they're like angry at the players or something, or angry, and it stops people from like throwing. I had no idea that was a thing.
Also being thrown into Texas's warm-up area, and the team members inside have to be evacuated immediately. Regardless of all of this, Texas is doing well, and currently 5-1 up. Now at this point, monumental amounts of beer and debris are being...
I won't lie, the fact that it wasn't allowed, when Renyan gave me a drink that was bottled, it made me want to throw it, because I knew it wasn't allowed, and I'm like, oh my god, I get to throw this, you know what I mean? Like, anyway, I didn't do it, but it came to my head.
Announcers ask fans to try and keep the field clean, and a tidal wave of beers are thrown in immediately after.
I'm not gonna do
An army
that!
of stewards are instantly deployed to clean it up. Meanwhile, in the outfield, fans have now actually thrown the tables separating them and the beers away, and are currently in the process of pillaging them. The bar staff also only consists of 2 teenage girls per
Oh no, what? There's no security? Yo, those poor fucking girls. Yo!
And unsurprisingly, they're now deciding it's probably time to leave. 10-cent beer night.
Was that? Yo, am I tripping, or was that,
And unsurprisingly, they're now
Linus?
deciding it's probably time to
Linus?
leave. 10-cent beer night just got a 10-cent discount. The hordes rampage the trucks like wolves. But back on the field, and the onslaught
Guys, can you even, like, technically earn from 10 cents a beer?
continues. Texas players are being battered with beers, empty cups, rocks, bottles, batteries for some reason, and more hot dogs. One player reckons he's hit with around 20 pounds of hot dogs. That's about the weight of a bike or a sledgehammer.
Maybe at the
Organisers are
time,
sat
yeah, maybe at the
nervously,
time they were probably,
still
like,
watching this
earning,
all
like, 2
unfold.
cents.
Fans on third base are now actively deconstructing the padding of the
Yo.
stadium wall. They actually almost get it off and up into the seats. However, the army of stewards abandon their trash job and stop them, spending the remainder of the game making sure the wall is kept intact. The crowds were now also bolder.
Zombies.
Tons of them run onto the field, throw their clothes off, and start running
Why
around.
is everybody wanting to be naked?
Packs of fans are scurrying across the outfield more and more frequently.
Derma?
Streakers are everywhere. The 7th inning of the game commences, and most families and those that had remained sober had looked around and decided it was probably time to leave, leaving only a mass of belligerent drunks left. The 9th inning, the game's final one, and Cleveland Indians had actually managed to rally back, tying the game 5-5. Indians player Rusty Torres hits the ball and starts running. He gets to second base. The game-winning run is now in his reach.
Yes.
However, this is when things at 10-cent beer night
Oh no.
hits critical mass.
Oh no. The drunks. Guys, back up! I'll save you! I'm dead in 1 second.
It's near the end of the final inning, and Rusty Torres is staring down the barrel of a potential win for the Cleveland Indians. However, a 19-year-old in the crowd has a very different idea.
Of
He
course.
decides to make a run on field and grab Texas outfielder Jeff Burrows' cap. Burrows confronts the fan, but trips and falls.
Oh!
Now, from the Texas bench's perspective in the dugout, it looked like the fan had attacked Burrows. Billy Martin is livid. He's quoted as saying, "Boys, let's go get him," before grabbing a bat and literally charging the field. All of his players behind him also wielding bats. On the field, they find Burrows unharmed, but their charge had started something ungodly. Now gone from the field were the goofy streakers and silly pitch invaders, and something morbid was replacing
Oh
them.
no.
An army of fans had crafted knives, chains, clubs, and other weapons from the stadium's seats, fences, and other general infrastructure.
Oh my
And
god!
were now
Oh my
storming the field
god!
with them. It was clear. The battle royale had begun.
Holy shit! What?
Where we dropping, boys?
Guys, this happened in one fucking game. Are we dead ass? What the fuck?
Hordes of fans descend upon the field at breakneck speed and began looting. Beers? Delicious. Bases? Take 'em. Stadium debris? Nice. While a large number of armed fans storm the field, Others stay back and continue air support by hurling bottles from the stands. And before long, there were 200 plus fans on field wielding Mad Max style DIY weaponry surrounding the 25 Rangers, with more fans dropping in constantly. The organisers are now sweating heavily. If we don't do something here, boys, things might start to get out of hand.
Out of hand?
We'll get security on it.
Really now?
Wait, hold on. We only hired 50 of them. Dear God.
It's over. It's actually over.
The stadium's organist steps in. It's alright, lads. I've got this. And he starts playing Take Me Out to the ball game.
Oh,
Back on the field, and Cleveland's manager now realises that the Texas Rangers are in serious trouble. He and his own men also grab their bats and go in.
Am I
Literally
lagging?
attacking their own
Shit, sorry. Am I lagging? Oh, sorry. My bad. Hold on. Fix it.
fans in the process. Rioters begin throwing steel chairs at players, and Cleveland pitcher Tom Hilgendorf is hit in the head. The umpire is also hit on the head. He ends the game by forfeiting it to Texas and runs away. It was clear, the situation is becoming bad. So managers try to get their teams back to the benches and out of the stadium. However, on his way back to the benches, Texas's Mike Hargrove gets into a fist fight with a fan. By the way, the game's announcers are calling all of this out in real time.
Oh my god, they're probably having the lifetime adventure there. They're probably having, they will never forget that. Hey guys! Absolute field day.
He is in definite pain. Hargrove has got some kid on the ground and he is really administering a beating. Hargrove eventually gets the fan
dead
down,
ass?
but is almost immediately hit by another one. However, the sight of the players swinging bats at the rioters starts to lower the rioters' morale.
Ooh. A baseball person swinging a bat to you. Oh, brother. I feel like somebody actually died.
And they back off a bit. Seeing this, benched players form a rearguard, and players take advantage of what might be their only opportunity to get out.
What the f***? Zombie apocalypse? What the f***?
Both teams beeline to the benches and through the tunnels. They'd made it, leaving a violent mob of baseball fans alone on the field. In the midst of all of this carnage,
Guys, I apologize for saying baseball is boring. I didn't know y'all had that in you. My bad.
local sports writer is out on the field, attempting to interview people. He approaches multiple fans, but eventually gives up after getting punched in the face twice. Alright boys, Take Me Out to the ball game clearly isn't working, and we have essentially no security here. There's only one option left.
Bomb.
And the riot is eventually quelled by Cleveland's own SWAT team.
The SWAT team had to be called? What? Guys, let's just say, I don't think there will be another 10-cent a beer night anymore after this.
And so, after thousands of dollars of damage, casualties left, right and centre, and a literal battle royale breaking out mid-game, 10-cent beer night had come to an end. Of the hundreds of rioters in the field, only 9 arrests were made.
Wow.
Throughout the night,
Imagine being one of those 9 people, you fucking loser. Yo, that is so unlucky.
60,000 beers consumed, 19 streakers, an unquantifiable amount of
At
damage
least
to the
nobody
stadium.
died though.
And by the end of it, every single base stolen. They were never returned. It had been nothing short of an absolute travesty.
Jesus.
There would be another 10-cent beer night held a month later.
Okay. Alright. Well, maybe they'll... Okay. Yo. Take me out, la, la, la. Wow, look at the real life photos. Holy shit. That's so crazy. That's actually insane. What a W video. Holy.